Who would have thought that this tiny little orange truck that also happens to transform into a robot would start a nearly 40-year obsession? Of course, this is everybody's favorite Autobot pessimist, Huffer, and this is his first release from way back in 1984. So how did Huffer get from here to here? Well, we're going to find out as we take a look at the different versions of Huffer through the years in this Transformers Then and Now. What's up, Transformers fans? My name's Mondo, and welcome to Moonbase 84. And also welcome to episode 1 of my new series that I'm calling Transformers Then and Now. A series where we take a look at the first toy appearance of a particular Transformers character and check out all the iterations up to his most current. And for this episode, I chose Huffer because Huffer is actually the first Transformer that I ever owned way back when I was 8 years old. So, without wasting any more time gabbing, let's take a look at Huffer through the years. So here we have the 4 different versions of Huffer that I have in my collection, starting with the original 1984 Huffer, moving on to the 2010 Power Core Combiners with Caliburst Huffer, and then the Transformers Prime Beast Hunters 2013 Huffer, and then finally his latest version or iteration, the 2021 Transformers War for Cybertron Kingdom Huffer. Now I am missing, I think, just 2 versions of Huffer that we have gotten so far through the years. Comment and let me know if I'm wrong, but as far as I can tell, I am missing the BotCon 2007 Huffer and the Generations Combiner Wars Legends Class 2015 Huffer. As you can see here, I have them all lined up in their truck modes, and we'll take a look at the original 84 Huffer. I was lucky to be able to pick him up in pretty good condition. But yeah, obviously he's one of the mini vehicle releases, and I got him being from a small town at the time when I first got him, I should say, not this one, but we had a little store and they did sell the mini vehicles, and Huffer happened to be my first one that I ever picked up, so he'll always have a special place in my heart. But yeah, he is in great condition and I think he's really cool. Still love this Huffer. And here is the Power Core Combiners Huffer, and of course you get his like mini con Caliburst, which can pop off, and he's a gun, and he also transforms into a robot, which we'll do when we transform these guys up. And the Power Core Combiners, for those that don't know, the gimmick was they could transform and build a combiner robot, and Huffer was used to be a torso, and you could mix and match Power Core Combiners and build all sorts of different robots. I had a couple of them. I think I built a Superion back in the day, but I never thought they looked that great, but always had to keep Huffer because, like I said, you know, he has a special place in my heart. Beast Wars, or not Beast Wars, sorry, Beast Transformers Prime happens to be my favorite Transformers animated show of all time, and I collected a lot of the figures, obviously. And when they came out with Beast Hunters Huffer, of course I had to pick him up. There's a bug flying around, I apologize, it's driving me nuts. And then, of course, we've got the Transformers Kingdom Huffer, you know, an updated iteration of his G1 form. And I think they all look great. Here, once again, is the Combiner Wars, I should say, Huffer. And they all share, of course, the orange and blue. Here we go with the Beast Hunters from Transformers Prime. I think he would look like he would fit pretty decently in with the Reactivate figures because of his Mad Max vibe he's got going on here. And of course, this gun is removable as well. And as I said, the Kingdom truck, which is a modern interpretation of the original G1 Huffer. So really cool. I think this one does have some problems. He's very gappy here. Yeah, I mean, he does look cool, and I'm happy to have him, but I think he has the weakest truck alt mode out of all the Huffers, just because of that ugly gap, and he looks like he's bent incorrectly, but that's his transformation. Okay, before I get these guys transformed into robot mode and we check that out, I just wanted to give you a little backstory on Huffer and his origins. He was first released in the G1 line of Transformers in 1984 in their mini vehicle line, and he originally came from Knickerbocker Toys Mysterion's toy line, and he is inspired by an Autobot yard spotter, basically little trucks that would move the trailers around the yards, you know, for the bigger trucks to take out onto the open road or to haul trailers short distances. Now I'm going to just transform these guys up off camera because you don't need to see me fumbling through the transformation of four Transformers, and we'll take a look at the robot mode. And here we have all the Huffers in the robot modes. That just sounds funny, all the Huffers. But anyway, let's start by taking a look at the original. And as I said, I was happy to be able to pick him up a while back in really good condition. So yeah, full of that classic nostalgia goodness if you grew up with the G1 from 1984. So yeah, still love this Huffer. As I said, always a special place in my heart. Brings back a lot of childhood memories. And then we have the Combiner Wars with still holding Caliburst as a weapon. We can take them out. I usually just keep him as a weapon, but if he'll stay, he has a little bit of trouble standing up. He's very finicky. Of course, being like a mini con, pretty simple. As I say that, I can't move. There we go. Turn him into a robot. Boop, boop, boop. And then you can keep his gun like that, because now he has a weapon. The weapon has a weapon. So there's Caliburst, all clear plastic, the dreaded clear plastic, but it's a nice blue. It's a nice detail. You can swivel, well, if I did it correctly, I think you can swivel the gun. Well, maybe not. I thought you could swivel it out. I'm not going to mess with it too much because this is about Huffer, not Caliburst, but I wanted to show you Caliburst as well. As for Combiner Wars Huffer, of course, he has the orange and blue traditional paint scheme of the original Huffer, but with some black thrown in. Head sculpt's quite different. And of course, the original Huffer does not match the cartoon version, or the cartoon doesn't match that because they designed it for the shows, for TV. Anyway, some decent detail on him. You get the little Autobot symbol. And these blue pegs here and in here are where you, when you put them in combine mode, that's where the arms and legs would insert. I'm not going to do that because I don't have anything to combine him with. But yeah, you get some nice detail in the arms. I mean, his head only goes like that because of transformation, but still you get some decent articulation for the time. What did I say, 2007? You get the elbows, swivels, kicks, goes out a little bit, swivel at the thigh, knees, no pivot or anything. And you would think he'd be easier to stand up. I just got to mess with him because of these ports, these pegs for the ports for combined mode. Yeah, he's pretty cool as well, I think. If he stands up, we'll be doing really well. And then we have Beast Wars Huffer, or I keep saying Beast Wars, Beast Hunters Huffer, which is really cool. When he came out, he took the place of this guy as my favorite modern Huffer. I do feel that he's a little bit of a pain in the butt to transform. Things tend to get in the way, but I haven't transformed him in a long time, but I think I got it down now. And of course, once again, you get the orange, but it's more like a purpley blue, I'd say. And you get his head sculpt. His weapon is not a mini con, and I believe you can fire it. I usually don't. Yeah, well, it doesn't really go far. Oh! Well, I recovered him and he wasn't broken, but you can see all of his details. In this take on Beast Hunters Huffer from Transformers Prime, although I don't believe he was ever in the show. I never recalled him being in the show. You look in the back, and of course, being older figures, you know, they're not 100% on par with what we get today, but I still think they're fun figures for what they were. So peg that back in. And then, last but not least, we have the 2021 Kingdom Huffer. And of course, in truck mode, he had some nice weapon storage as well. And part of the back becomes his shield. This gun actually splits apart for the side rails. I should have shown that, but I didn't. But being a modern figure, of course, the most modern figure that we've gotten, he is, knocking my camera around, he is the closest to the G1 cartoon in terms of accuracy. And I love the different shades of blue they used. Nice bright Autobot symbol there. You know, big bright Autobot symbol to contrast the blue. And just some really nice details. Take a look at the back. I will say, not a super fan of the hollowness. I mean, I guess, could you? No, because they flip the other way. So I may actually, I don't really do this really, but I may get some gap fillers for him just to make him fill out his hollowness a little bit more, because that is kind of, there goes the shield, kind of unsightly. But yeah, besides that, I really like this Huffer and the modern take on him. He's got, you know, all the modern bells and whistles for articulation, swivel. His head does swivel if you get in there past the cab. And legs, you know, you get, and of course, because of that hollowness, you do get that, so that's pretty cool. You get a nice rocker, and you get waist. So yeah, I really, hollowness aside, I really love this robot mode for Huffer. His truck mode, I did have my gripes, and I kind of, you know, that kind of takes him down notches and how I feel about him a little bit, but still really cool figure. Not to review the whole figure all at once, but that truck mode was a little disappointing. Oh, and of course, I didn't articulate him because he's just got the arms, basically. And I also wanted to mention, as is the way with a lot of Transformers, you get a mold, and it starts out as one character and leads to other characters. Huffer is no different, and his mold, starting with the G1, led to other characters as well, most namely Pipes. So that's cool, because of this mold we got other characters, and I think Pipes is pretty cool as well. So this has been the Transformers Then and Now for Huffer. To go through the lineup again, we have the 1984 original release Huffer, the 2007 Combiner Wars Huffer with Caliburst, the 2013 Transformers Prime Beast Hunters, and the 2021 Transformers War for Cybertron Kingdom Huffer. Now, I'm not going to say which Huffer is the best, because that wouldn't be fair, because this is different iterations of Huffer over 40 years, coming up on 40 years of Transformers, and of course they've made great innovations throughout the years, so it wouldn't be fair, because obviously you can't compare the original to the 2021. I mean, the engineering and everything, of course, is, you know, come such a long way. But I will say that as far as these Huffers go, I do have my gripes, but looking at each one for what they are, I really like them, all four of them, and I enjoy having all four in my collection. For me, of course, as I said before, the original will always hold a special place with me, because he was the first ever Transformer I ever had, and I still think he's really cool, and I still love the old school Transformers because of nostalgia, and without them, we wouldn't be here. So with that being said, drop me a comment, tell me what Huffer was your favorite, not the best, but your favorite, and let me know if this is this Then and Now is something that you want to see more of, because I do plan on doing more, but I just want to I want to know your thoughts on this new series I'm going to be starting. And always, thanks for docking.